Hi guys, how you doing? I'm Jeff Woodman from California Closets Toronto, and I decided to put together a quick video, kind of a tutorial on how to hang a rail system for doing closets. Now I'm up about 130 inches from the floor doing this rail. I've already done the bottom section, and now I've done half of the rail for the upper section, and this is when I decided it'd be a good time to make a movie. So I'm just going to show you the second part of the rail, because you can't get a full rail right across. I think the full length is 9 feet, so, and it's about a 10 to 11 feet across. So now here's the tricky part. Now you run into these kind of problems all the time. The wall was measured a little bit, it's about a quarter inch off. So now I'm bringing it down the ladder. So I'm going to get a box. I'm going to place it underneath where I am going to be cutting the rails, because there will be debris or metal shavings that will be falling off as I'm cutting. And nobody wants that on the floor, especially when customers have pets running around or babies, and, well, who wants to walk through metal shavings and then get into bed before they go to sleep? So I'm going to mark it about ½ inch, then I'm going to cut off. I'm going to cut off a little bit more than I need. That way I don't go to put it up and I need to cut a little bit more off. This is the hacksaw that I use with a DeWalt metal blade. You can get from the Home Depot. I got a hacksaw. It's a little cheapy plastic one. It was about $15. Does the job. I like the handle on it. So, and the bow shape. I don't like the rectangular shape hacksaws. So that's what I use. There we go. Shake the metal shavings into the box. I'm actually gonna take the cover off of the rail, because sometimes there's extra metal shavings behind the cover. Did that. Now I'm bringing it back up and I'm going to put it onto the wall. I'm going to hold it up just to make sure that it is the right size, and now I'm going to get my level and a 5/8 screw. This is my 5/8 screw that I'm going to use just to hold the rail onto the drywall. That's the only purpose it serves. I'm going to use my red Robbie bit. It's a number 2. I'm going to place my rail up onto the wall, and I'm just going to eye it out, and whatever looks as close to level as I can get it. It's a little awkward of a reach. Like I said, I'm on a 4-foot ladder and I'm about 130 inches high. So if I was a couple inches shorter, I would have had to go to the store and buy a 6-foot ladder. That's how close it was. It's just enough reach for me to get one hand there. I can't hold 2 hands up that high. That's my magnetic level. It's an Empire level. I'm going to draw my lines where I'm going to drill my 1/2 inch holes for the toggles. Now ideally you want to put a toggle every 20 inches or so, or where there will be a partition landing along the wall. I mark out my partitions when I'm measuring for where I'm going to be putting these holes. That's my 1/2 inch drill bit, spade bit, I'm going to use to drill the holes. And while you're drilling the holes through the drywall, sometimes the insulation will come out with it. You just poke it back in there. You're going to drill another hole. And you just poke the insulation in behind, just to make sure when you put this toggle into the drywall, it doesn't catch onto the insulation. When you put it in just like that, and then you toggle it forward. When you toggle it forward, you will feel it grab onto the drywall, and then there's a plastic piece you push. I usually use my fingers, but I can't reach with my other hand that far. So I'm going to use my level. It serves as the same purpose. Now you bend it down once, bend it up once, and it breaks off, just like that. I'm gonna put my other toggle in, do the same thing. Like so. Wipe the sweat off your brow, put your level aside, take the bit out. You're going to put your red Robbie bit back in because you are going to use that one for the toggle bolts. And those are 1/2 inch toggle bolts by 1.5, I believe, or 1 3/4 long. We do have longer ones that are about 3.5 inches long for double drywall. So sometimes there will be double drywall walls where you're going to have to hang a rail. Only once in a while. Now I'm going to awkwardly put the first screw, the first bolt in. Then I'm going to straighten the rail out so I can get that second bolt in. I didn't tighten the first one yet because I wanted to be able to swing it. Other bolt and tighten that one. Now there's going to be a seam there in the rail. So I'm going to toss that one to the other end of the wall because I want to jog the seams. I don't want to put the seam of the cover on top of the seam of the rail. I'm going to try my best to throw this rail up with using one hand. The smaller lip goes at the top, the bigger lip at the bottom of the cover. That's the way it goes. And I did it on my first attempt. I actually impressed myself on that one. Now you throw it up top, you press down on the bottom, and it's in place. Now I'm going to have to move my ladder all the way down the rail to snap that cover in place. Now to put the smaller cover on, close the seam as much as possible. You will still see it a little bit. That's why I like to put it at the side of the system where you least see it the most. Okay, the next step is putting the partitions up. See the dowel holes there? I will make a video on this. That will probably be my next one. Thanks for joining.